Hi friends, in this session, I'm going to talk about Fluent wait strategy. Let's get started. What is Fluent wait? Fluent wait looks for a web element repeatedly until time is elapsed. How does it wait for a web element repeatedly? For that, we do have a polling method. So we are going to set this polling method. Based on that, it is going to evaluate the condition frequently, right? Once the expected condition is successful, it will proceed with the next step. If not, it will throw an exception after specified time is elapsed. I would recommend this one to use if web elements are taking longer time than expected to load on a web page. And you observe this kind of behavior usually in Ajax applications or more dynamic applications in the nature. These are the pros of using a Fluent wait. The main feature that we see here is polling interval and also customizing the exceptions. So with the polling interval, we can mention, the time, right? Say, for example, if we mention 200 milliseconds, the polling interval, which means that Fluent wait is keep checking the condition every 200 milliseconds. If the condition becomes true, Fluent wait will proceed with the next steps. If not, it is going to wait until the specified time and then it will throw an exception. Right? The second one is customize to handle the exceptions. Here we can customize, but we don't find these two options either in implicit or explicit wait. So here, say for example, if you are running into element is not found exception or element intercept exception, right? So these exceptions can be suppressed if they encounter within the specified time. Let's say, for example, if I mentioned 10 seconds as my wait time for the Fluent wait and polling interval as 200 milliseconds, right? After 1 second, if I encounter an issue like element is not enable or any kind of element exception, so this is going to ignore that exception and will wait until 10 seconds, which means the time is elapsed, and then it will throw an exception. This is the one advantage of, the Fluent wait. This is the syntax of Fluent wait. We are going to create a Fluent wait, object, and then, we pass the driver. Now, let's go ahead and open the Eclipse, and then let us write a small test case to demonstrate Fluent wait. All ready? Okay, let me open up the Eclipse right here. And here you can create a package with the name that you like, and then go to new and create a Java class. Here I am naming as my Fluent wait. Check this guy, click finish. And now let us initialize WebDriver driver, semicolon, and then let's create a Chrome driver object, driver equal to new Chrome driver. And then let us import these two guys, import WebDriver, and then we import Chrome driver. Okay, now let's go to the next step, driver dot get Let's copy and paste the desired URL to be launched here. Let me go here and copy my favorite website, Country Financial, and paste it over here. And next step is to maximize the browser. Driver dot manage dot window dot maximize. This is going to maximize the browser. And next step would be to write a Fluent wait object, right? For that, wait Fluent, wait WebDriver wait equal to new Fluent wait and pass the driver. So let me import these two guys, import wait and import Fluent wait. Okay. And then let us write down our, conditions with the timeout. And here you have all the conditions that should be writing it down. Scroll up. This is the API documentation. I will post this page in the description. So with the timeout, here we need to mention the timeout. Go back to Eclipse. So here I'm mentioning timeout in the seconds, duration of seconds. So the total wait time is 10 seconds. And then polling interval, polling every. So here I'm going to use duration of milliseconds, which means that I'm giving, for example, 200 milliseconds. So it is going to wait 200 milliseconds. Sorry, never mind. What it does is that it will check the condition every 200 milliseconds. If the condition becomes true, it will proceed with the next step. Otherwise, it will wait until 10 seconds before throwing an exception. Next is checking exception. Come down here. And then we are going to write ignoring the exception. Here, we assume that we are going to encounter this exception, no such element exception, right? So I can write no such element exception dot class. So if you run into no such element exception during your wait time, any time within the specified wait time, this is going to suppress this exception and wait until 10 seconds to make sure that the element is visible or element is in the clickable state. If not, it is going to throw an exception. But these two features you don't find in the implicit nor in the explicit wait. So that's why we can customize Fluent wait to meet our needs, right? And this one, it's already there in the explicit wait. And then we can use all expect conditions as we use in the explicit wait. Now I'm going to show you that. So here, next, let us create a web element. Let me right click and suppress this one real quick. Add suppress warning here to take out these warnings. Then web element, I'm going to click on insurance equal to wait dot until expected conditions dot visibility of an element located. So I'm using this one, and then by dot link text. Here you can pass your web element value. In this case here, insurance. All right. So let me import web element. Web element is imported and the error gone away. And then click on insurance dot click to click on the insurance. And then let me write one more web element, which is car. So in this test case, we are just clicking insurance from a menu item. And also we are waiting up to 10 seconds to make sure that the element is visible. And then we are clicking. And the next one, once that is been clicked, and then we are going to click web element car. And here I'm going to write to be element to be clickable. So here I'm changing it to car. And then here also you can change your web element to car. All right. So now we have written two web elements. One is insurance. We are going to click on the insurance, but we are going to wait up to 10 seconds to make sure that that element is visible and clickable. And then we are going to car, and we are using, different expected conditions, and which is element to be clickable. This is also taking up to 10 seconds. If it is, if the condition is true within 10 seconds, we are going to click on this one and move forward with the next step. So what you need to keep in mind is that these two features are very useful, with the Fluent wait, and which are not there in the explicit wait, nor in the implicit wait. So next step would be print the page title and then quit the driver session. Print the page title. This will ensure that we landed on the right page. Driver dot get title. And then driver dot quit. Awesome. We have written all the steps here to validate Fluent wait with the two web elements. And let's go ahead and run this test. Right click, run as Java application. Browser is launched with the website and it is clicked, and driver is quitted. And also you see that, right? The desired output has been printed in the console. You see car insurance options quote, country financial. We are on the car insurance quote options. Though this test went well and displayed expected results. All right, let's also give a try with one negative test to see that how it works, right? So here this is being positive test. Let me also write one negative test here. And to see what is the behavior of Fluent wait whenever test is failed. So I'm just copying this guy, pasting right here, and just comment out this guy. So here, I am not passing the right element here. So instead of insurance, I'm just passing insure. And let me go ahead and run this test. Yeah, this is probably waiting up to 10 seconds before throwing an exception. Let's go ahead to Eclipse and see what's going on. There you go. Here you see expected condition failed. Waiting for visibility of element located by link text insure is not displayed within the specified time. Right here, we are requesting to wait up to 10 seconds and then throw an error. It waited 10 seconds, but the condition is being checked every 200 milliseconds to see if the element is clickable. But element is not found. It is waited 10 seconds and then it throw an error. This is clearly implies that, how the Fluent work works and what could be the error message when Fluent wait is failed. Hope you understand. Based on this error, you should be able to understand how does this work, right? And also, there are various Fluent wait methods that you can try to get your hands dirty and also to get, some hands-on practice. For that, you should go to this page, fluentwait.html on the selenium.dev. So in which you can find, what is Fluent wait and how does Fluent wait work. These are all API methods that we have here. If you want to have little documentation of Fluent wait and wait strategies, you can go to selenium.dev documentation and, weights and customization page, in which you should be able to find all the weight strategies that are being recommended by Selenium WebDriver. I will also post this page in the description so that you can go through this page and also the API documentation page for implicit, explicit, and Fluent wait, so that you will become an expert in defining the wait strategies based on the use cases that we have. All right. I think that's it I had for today's session. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.